If we want greatness, if we want people to care, if we want people to be hardworking in our organizations, we need to demonstrate that.
Hi, my name is Devon. Today I own several multi-million-dollar companies. We started with $5,000 in a credit card. I don't know the easy way. I only know the hard way.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast, where I give straightforward advice to fuel the entrepreneur in all of us. I'm Devon Dickinson, and today I want to tell you a story about a meeting I had a few weeks ago. It was an entrepreneur friend of mine. We've got to become pretty good friends over this last year or so, and he asked to meet, and so I was excited. I thought we'd get together and, generally whiteboard a session and talk about different challenges and excitement that he had going on with his business, and, maybe dreamscape a little bit, and, just kind of work through the nits and gnats of business. And so like we normally do. But this time when we sat down, he's like, hey, he goes, actually, I've really got to know some of your kids. And he goes, I really have, questions about, raising kids as an entrepreneur and someone who's very busy and has a lot going on in their life. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's talk about it. And he had said, listen, I've had the privilege of watching some of your kids. And he goes, I've really admired the way you've raised your kids. First off, let me tell you, I'm not a perfect parent. I think most of these podcasts, you've heard me tell stories about how I've screwed up. So this is, I am very proud of my kids, but this is not me bragging about how listen to me for all parenting advice, because I've done more wrong than done right. But he had said, I admire your children that I know. And he goes, my kids are younger. And he goes, our lifestyles are similar. How did you go about raising your kids? What system did you use? What books did you read? What was your philosophy? And I kind of laughed and I'm like, books, systems, philosophies. I'm like, man, I guess I have all of that for business. But honestly, on the kids side, I hate to say it, but I guess I kind of wing it. Or wing it, or whatever the expression is. I just kind of shot from the hip. And I was like, first off, I was super honored that he said that, right? Like I said, my kids aren't perfect. I think they're amazing. But I know I didn't do a perfect job. And so I was really thinking this through. I'm like, well, what system did we do? And I know that, Cindy and I as parents were certainly not perfect. And I was like, well, what did we instill in them? What did we teach them? What did we drive? And, really the more that I thought about it, the best answer I could give was that I think your children are going to be who you are. Because I've thought about this, I've reflected on this, and we oftentimes, and I'm guilty of this too, right? But oftentimes we will want to teach one way, but act the other way. And so we want to teach our children to be humble, but we're pompous buttholes, right? We want to teach them to respect others, but we yell and scream at people at the airport. And again, I'm speaking out of guilt, right? Like I've been guilty of these type of things, right? Like we want to teach one thing, but we act the other way. And so what I was reflecting with him is saying, listen, I believe I know who you are as a man. I don't know your kids, they're younger, but I'm going to tell you, are there things you can do? Yeah. But is it like, hey, don't let your kid have a cell phone until they're 13 years old? I don't know, man. I don't know those type of things. Someone out there is way smarter than me on this. And I'm sure there are some books out there, but at the end of the day, I said, I know who you are. I know how you act. I know how you live your life. Your kids are going to mirror that. And so we get very worried about what we're teaching our kids or what parenting books that we're going to do or what style or what discipline, this, that, or the other. We get worried about that and we think that system is the solution. And the system is not the solution. How you live and how you act and how you lead your life is the solution, because they're going to follow and act like you. We're oftentimes worried about what our kids are going to be like. And we think, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to drop them off at church and I'm going to go watch football. And we think dropping them off at church is going to change their life. Or, oh, I'm going to put them in this private school and this private school is going to raise them, but I'm going to live however the heck I live. And I'm going to spend my money, act however I do. I'm going to tell them, hey, you need to be a good good dad, a good mom, a good whatever, but then I'm going to go and I'm going to be on the road 24/7. I'm not going to pay attention to my kids when I come home. Or, hey, you need to be a great husband someday, but you go and you cheat on your wife, right? All of these different things, more is caught than is ever taught. Right? More is caught than ever taught. And the reason why I'm teaching this right now on the Whiteboard Entrepreneur Podcast is because I think it relates to us as leaders, not just as leaders of our families, but leaders of our companies, our businesses, our divisions, whatever it is that you're leading right now. Oftentimes we think as a leader, we can say one thing and we expect our organization and we expect those that work for us, we expect those that follow us to act, to do what we tell them to do, but we act different than what we say. And so you might be someone who preaches hard work, but you're off in the golf course and you don't work Fridays, but you're telling your people, hey, I want you to bust your hump because I'm paying you to work every day. They're not going to care more than you do. They're not going to work harder than you do. You're going to say, hey, at our company, we care about quality assurance, but you don't even take time to write a good email, right? Or everything that you do is sloppy, but you expect your company to have product and quality assurance as perfection, right? Your company is going to act like you do. You think, hey guys, I want people to treat each other great. I want people to respect each other, but you show up 30 minutes late to the meeting and make everyone wait. And so this is what happens. Your organization, your company is going to reflect you the exact same way your kids are going to reflect you. And so we think, well, I'm teaching this, I'm saying these things, therefore do what I'm saying, but my actions are exactly opposite of what I'm saying. And so this meeting that I had with my friend was really enlightening, not just from a parenting perspective, but from a leadership perspective, because I believe the principles apply. That if we want greatness, if we want people to care, if we want people to be hardworking in our organizations, we need to demonstrate that. Whatever we demonstrate, people will do. And so let me challenge you right now. What can you do? What does your life look like today at your company? Are you demonstrating the type of work? Are you demonstrating the type of quality? Are you demonstrating the way that you want to treat each other, right? Are you treating people the correct way? Are you demonstrating what you desire out of your company? And then let me also challenge you this at home. If your child became the same type of person that you are, is that going to make you proud? Are you going to be happy with who they are? And again, like I said, none of us are perfect, right? But are you demonstrating what you want your children to be? Are you demonstrating what you want your employees to be and what you want your company to be? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself today. And if you do, and you're honest and you deal with the answers and you make some significant changes in your life, I know that this will help you.